Hey guys, this is Dr. Hamstek and this is the Xiaomi Mi 11T Pro. This isn't my review of this product right now, this is just my first impressions and thoughts on why I think this phone would be a very good phone to buy here in 2021. And yes, we have already had a lot of phones here already, 90% from Xiaomi, but I do feel that with this phone over here, it does have a few tricks up its sleeves to make it an interesting phone. So today we are going to go through 8 key areas on why I think so. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So at number 8 is the price of this phone. So the 11T Pro here in Malaysia starts off at 2099 ringgit Malaysia, and of course that is about 500 USD. And of course you can get the higher base model for about 2299 ringgit Malaysia, which is about 550 USD. In comparison, of course it is less than half of the price of the S21 Ultra, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and of course the Mi 11 Ultra. It is of course cheaper, $200 cheaper than the Xiaomi Mi 11 that was released beginning of this year in January. So at number 7 is the unboxing experience that comes with this phone. At first glance, you're not going to notice much of a difference, and it did remind me a lot of the Xiaomi Mi 11 back in January. You do get your warranty card, you get your manual books and stuff, and also you do get a clear case right off the box. Right below it, you do get your phone, and right below it some more, you do get a brick charger here in 2021. This is not your ordinary charger, and it does give you a 120 watt brick charger. So at number 6, let's go to the phone itself. So after you have unwrapped this over here, which I'm going to give you a few seconds to admire. And once you're done, I gotta say it does look and feel really good in hand. On the back over here, you do get a plastic on the back, which is quite reflective, and you do get a lot of fingerprint magnets. On the front, you do get a Corning Gorilla Glass Victor, so in terms of scratch and drop resistance, you are gonna get it over here on the front. It does look and feel really good in hand, and in terms of the design, it looks very premium. Over here on the side, as with all the Xiaomi phones here in 2021, you do get a side-mounted fingerprint scanner, and on the top over there, you do get your volume rockers. Going on to the bottom and top over here, you do get your stereo speaker, and of course it's sound by Harman and Kardon. Right in the center, you get your USB-C for your fast charging, and at the side, you do get your SIM card tray slot. One more thing to note is that this phone is also IP53 rated, so it is dust and splash resistant. At number 5, let's talk about that viewing experience. So over here, it does come with a 6.67-inch display, and unlike the Mi 10T series, this one does come with an AMOLED panel up to 120Hz. This one does support your HDR10+, and it also does come with your Dolby Vision. Also with this, like I mentioned, it does come with your stereo speaker setup, sound by Harman and Kardon, and of course I'm going to let you see and hear how are the speakers over here. At number 4, let's talk about the internal specs of this phone. So the 11T Pro is powered by the Snapdragon 888, and in terms of RAM, it does come with LPDDR5 RAM. You can get the 8 or 12 gigs RAM variant, and in terms of storage, you get your UFS 3.1, 128 or 256 gigs of storage. One thing to note is that this one doesn't support your micro SD expansion, so yes, do choose wisely when you do pick up your phone. All in all, what I have just said basically means that it is a very powerful phone. At number 3, let's talk about the software side of things. So the 11T Pro does come with your MIUI 12.5, and it does come with a lot of customizations and personalizations. There's a lot of things that you can change to the settings, like your display with the AI image engine. You have stuff like your quick ball feature, dual apps, and you change stuff like your notification panel. There's a lot of things that you can do with this phone over here, which I really do enjoy with Xiaomi phones. At number 2 is one of the major features of the 11T Pro, and that of course is the battery and charging. Over here you do have a 5000 mAh of battery, which isn't that exciting, but it does come with the 120 watt charger brick right off the box. So it's able to charge up from 0 all the way to 100% in just 17 minutes. So imagine this, you're taking a shower or taking a dump, and once you're done, your phone is ready to go for a full day. At number 1 is the elephant in the room, and of course I'm talking about those cameras. So over here, Xiaomi is giving you a pro-grade camera setup, starting with a 108 megapixel sensor, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 5 megapixel tele macro shooter. And Xiaomi is also advertising that cinematic feature, which I'm super excited to check out. And of course, this phone can record up to 8K at 30 FPS. And going on to the selfie side of things over here, you are given a 16 megapixel selfie shooter which can record up to 1080p at 30 FPS. Now let's check out some shots on this phone and see how good are those cameras. And looking at the shots with the main lens, I have to say that it looks really good, and of course the colors do look very natural, and it does give that extra pop feeling to it in terms of dynamic range as well. It looks really good, and as you can see from the graphs, it does give you a lot of details over here. Of course, in some challenging situations over here with different lighting conditions, again, the Mi 11T does a very good job in terms of dynamic range. Do get the leaves over there, a lot of details over here as well. Going on to some close-up photos over here without using the macro shooter, I gotta say you do get a lot of amazing details over here. Color again does look very nice, and I have to say it does look really good. Going on to some macro shots over here, and I just want to test out the tele macro shooter over here, and I gotta say this is a much better upgrade compared to phones like the Poco F3, the Redmi Note 10 series and all this other stuff. You do get amazing details over here, and the color does look a lot better compared to those other phones. Of course, if you look at some of this over here, you can see on the side it does get blurred out, but you do still get a good amount of details overall. And now let's go on to some super macro shots over here, and I try my best to go as close as I can to get a decent shot. And as we can see here, you still do get a good amount of details over here. Yes, it does look very soft compared to the main lens, but overall I am super impressed. Going on to some ultra wide shots over here as well. In terms of dynamic range, it is lesser compared to the main lens, but it still does a very good job in terms of the color and of course in terms of details. Overall, in terms of the quality of the ultra wide, it's still very usable, and I do enjoy the photos taken with the ultra wide. Going on to some nice sexy selfies over here, I gotta say this one here has done a good job over here. You do get a lot of details, and of course subject separation is really good. Now let's go on to some night mode shots over here, and this is with the night mode off, and once you turn it on, the magic starts to happen, and you do get amazing amount of details, and of course the dynamic range is much better compared to many other phones as well. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you are paying almost the same price as those other phones, but the camera quality is a major upgrade here with the 11T Pro. Going on to some ultra wide shots over here, you can see that the quality definitely does drop compared to the main lens. The dynamic range is really off, and it does drop in terms of the brightness and of course in terms of the details. Overall, in terms of the overall shot, in terms of night mode, I have to say I'm quite impressed. When it comes to the ultra wide over here, that is quite a bad one right now. And of course with the 11T Pro, you do have this cinematic feature, and of course I tested out one of the feature over here, which is this kind of super mirage Doctor Strange kind of effect. And I gotta say, yeah, it does look pretty fun, and of course I'm super excited to check out the other kind of settings. So that is it with the Mi 11T Pro, and why I think this phone is a really good phone to get here in 2021. If you look at the spec sheet and what you're actually paying for, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but of course that is Xiaomi, that is what they do here in 2021. So if you guys did enjoy this video and also want to see more of this type of videos, to click the like and smash that subscribe button down below for more videos like this in the future. Do also follow me on my social as well on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also here on YouTube at Dr. Hermes Tech. So that is it. This is Dr. Hermes Tech. Stay safe, take care, and wash those hands.